This podcast is brought to you by Cardi Crew merch.
Every piece you see, designed by the photographer you're currently watching. And let you in on a little secret. Meticulously hand-stitched by the arthritic grandmothers of our very own viewers.
Well, what?
This creative community inspired this entire line. Your zeal
Okay, I
for
didn't write
artistry,
that.
your tireless dedication, and your individuality shines in every stitch and design. This isn't just another piece of clothing, it's a badge of honor for every creator out there. From what I see here, they are mostly just black t-shirts and hoodies, but you do you, boo. You actually want me to read the rest of this script?
Oh my God, who is this guy?
From the nuanced patterns to the vibrant colors, everything has been designed keeping in mind the creative soul that lies within each one of us. Wow, who wrote that? There isn't a single pattern, not one.
Oh my God, leave the
There is
commentary.
hardly any nuance. But it says
Oh my
here,
God,
this
this
merch
guy is a
represents more than
trip.
just apparel. It's an emblem of our shared passion for creativity. Who wrote this? What absolute twaddle.
Wow, this guy's a great supporter.
All of this stuff is kinda basic, to be honest, but I'll keep that to myself.
Okay,
Let the world know you're a part of something bigger. A photographer on YouTube's clothing collection that he actually has the balls to make a commercial about.
okay, what is going
what
on?
I meant to say is, a collective of photographers that celebrates and uplifts every form of creativity. I am aware, as the narrator, I'm not allowed to insert my own narrative. But, holy moly, this is horrible.
Wow.
Join the movement, embrace your creative spirit with Cardi Crew merch. And yes, he is really calling this a movement. Be proud of your passion for photography. Be proud of your creative life. If photography is your life, flaunt it. The one paying for this advertisement has asked me to make a toast. Isn't this a podcast? Okay, it'll cost you another 20. Let's raise a toast to every photographer, artist, and creative out there. Thanks for being a part of this journey.
This guy's so
Did that suit you?
patronizing.
That was absolutely ridiculous. Please don't make me read anything like that again.
Back to the show. Well. Welcome to another episode. The favorite episode of the week. This is the episode where I actually get to see your photography. I ask you guys every week to make an assignment. And this assignment that I give you is an incredibly tight brief. There's great power in a tight brief. And what that does is it's actually teaching you how to do an assignment, that it's photography that you're not taking. It's photography that you're making. You're actually making photos. Hello, dog. Dog. I don't know if you can see. Hey, come here. No, he just wants to chill. I left the door open so dog can chill. When you make photos rather than taking photos, you're actually executing ideas. You're actually taking someone's idea or your own idea and you're turning it into a photo. That photo is your product. That product you can sell to actually make money. That product you can use to entice other people to hire you to make money. But there's incredible power in a tight brief, and it's very necessary for you to understand how to shoot an assignment. So, as a perk for the people who are submission level members of this channel, every Thursday, I look at photos. So, here's my question for you, who is the submission level member. And if you're not watching this live, by the way, if you are watching this live, thank you. I appreciate you for hanging out with us live. If you're not watching this live, leave a comment and tell me the answer to this question. Are the assignments too often for you? Can you not handle doing a photography assignment once per week? Now, ask yourself, if I was paying you to do this assignment for the cover or the inside of Behind the Picture magazine, you would manage to do it. Like, for sure, you'd manage to do it. Because imagine if I was paying you $500 every time you did an assignment, and you did it for a month, that's $2,000 you'd be making. What I'm doing is I'm training you to actually do that. Once you learn how to make assignments like high level here, you're ready to take that assignment on the road. And also the way that I deliver these assignments is so you can shoot them within your specific niche. If you're a product photographer, I'm not asking you to shoot portraits. If you're a portrait photographer, I'm not asking you to shoot landscape. I'm asking you always to make images within your specific niche to a very tight brief. Today, we are looking at horizontal advertising images because I've asked you to make a horizontal advertising image. And by the way, the photo reviews are like the highlight of this channel. If you're tuning in and just seeing this for the first time, like, thank you for tuning in. Definitely leave a comment. And also, by the way, you'll notice this is members only chat because I like to give the people who choose to join this channel perks. I like to give them incentives for paying me $5 or $10 a month. So you get to hang out with me during my live streams, and you also get to glitch me. You get to do all of these glitches, meaning you essentially control my stream, which makes it fun for whether you're watching at home on your big screen and you're glitching me with your phone, or if you're watching me on your desktop and glitching me that way. In order to learn how to do this, if you are one of the people who are a, what am I calling you? A member? Yeah, if you're a member, just type commands, and there's the list right there, and it shows you. That's exactly how you do it, Stephen C. Stephen C is demonstrating how you glitch me. All right, guys, let's get into your favorite show of the week. It is called Real Photo Reviews. In order to submit photos, there are 4 steps. You have to, number 1, join the Discord. Number 2, become a member of this channel at the submission level. Number 3, connect your Discord to YouTube. And then that unlocks all the submission folders. There's really only 3 steps. All you got to do then after that is listen to the brief, do the assignments, and submit them for review.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Our first photographer that we are looking at today says this. His name is Spoonman. He says this. The most difficult part of making sure the spoon was at least mostly in focus. The curve of the spoon made it hard to get sharp all the way while also having depth of field for the knives. One of these days, I'll try a composite photo, but that's beyond my knowledge at this moment. Sony a7 IV, Sony 50mm, shot at 5.6, at 1/3 of a second, ISO 100. Shot with a GVM 80D light and a separate aperture light for the backlight. He is trying top-down light like I've suggested, meaning me. I suggested top-down light, and we'll soon have an iris to make the spotlight precise. Thank you for taking the time to read and the care to help. You're very welcome. This is Spoonman with his advertising submission. Spoonman, thank you very much for submitting and your words. Of course, I'm only here to help, my guy. Of course. Let's have a look at this without my mug in the photo. Let's look at this as a double-page spread. Really, really nice gutter. Beautiful placement. Gutter. Nice gutter. Gutter is this. This is the gutter. Okay. Anytime that you shoot a horizontal picture, it is exactly 2 pages in a magazine because the proportion here to center is 9 inches. The proportion down is 12. When you shoot a full horizontal, you get 2 9x12s side by side, which is essentially an 18x12 with no cropping is 2 pages exactly in a magazine. So Spoonman, you definitely are winning with the crop. Just look at the placement. Your placement is exactly centered between the 2 pages. I love how this is biased a little bit this way. The curve gives you a really nice leading line. The focus here is tack sharp. It's super simple to do, but you do need to do a little bit of masking in here because the focus does change as you're going up here. But again, I like a little bit of reality. This is the main product, but this is nice and sharp. This looks like these tools are used to carve this spoon. There's great detail here for woodworking. Let's go, Mercedes with the $10. Mercedes, thank you for the $10, my guy. Look what you're doing. You're causing me to put all kinds of smoke, and I actually got to close the door because I realized that the fire alarm will go off. You got to hang out with me now, Tempo. I realized that the fire alarm will go off, but thank you, Mercedes, for the $10. By the way, if you super chat or become a member, I burn down my apartment, basically. And it involves a lot of smoke. So if you want to see smoke, more smoke, if you want to see more smoke, all you need to do is drop a comment via super chat, become a member, and you'll see that smoke machine go. So look at, like, as far as woodworking here, the article here below, like another sub article here, like there's so many different places for writing to go on this page. The black background is mint, done really, really well. I'm really impressed with this. This is really sick. Really sick. Should be thrilled. That is our man Spoonman. Very, very well done. If I didn't give you an 11, that is an 11 out of 10. Perfectly executed. Perfectly executed, Spoonman. That's our first. Oh my goodness, man.
I'm glad that you guys feel like this is high quality content. The thing that's pretty funny, when you hear the high quality content graphic, you realize that's my voice. It's me saying high quality content.
It's my voice with a glitch. It's pretty crazy. So anytime that you actually play that, realize that it's just me.
High quality content.
It's pretty funny. Anyways, I hope today brings you value. Of course, today is brought to you by Carty Crew merch, which is what I'm wearing here, my creative hoodie. The cap, I know you're talking about this cap. This cap is from my friend's line called Community 54. And Community 54 just produced so much amazing apparel. I wish you could buy this at my merch store. This is an incredibly limited edition piece. This is Sebastian K. He says, hello, beautiful people. Hope you're thirsty. After looking at this picture, you will want to have a cola. Shot also with the Sony a7 IV, Sigma 50, f11, ISO 800, a 100th of a second. And Sebastian is saying, I wish you all a good day and night. This is Sebastian Kawaka. Let's go, Sebastian. Great capture, great lifestyle picture. This is Sebastian's niche. Let's look at this as a double page spread. Because, Sebastian, because this is your main focus is here, I have no issues with this person being on the gutter. I have no real issue with, like, yes, you could have dropped the gutter right where the tree was, taken a little bit of a step that way, still did the double page spread, but just push these people over just a bit. But even still, the centering that you have between the Coke bottle and the edge, the way that you have this beautiful piece of tree that just brings your leading line in your eye into this Coke bottle. The label is super, super sharp. And everybody back here is very, very out of focus. It's very environmental. The tones are nice. I mean, things that you could try. You could try to push the background down just a bit, just by basically creating a new layer, knocking this out of that layer. but it's on top of its own layer already, and then just making the background just a little bit dark because it is a little washy up here in the sky, just to make this just a little bit more rich. But still, I still think that this is an absolute banger. A really, really good one. I'm going to give you an 11 on this, an 11 on placement.
Yes, sir, yes.
Again, small things, Sebastian, like this tree lining up here, you taking a slight step that way, so you're able to center up that tree, push these people over literally to here and to here, give yourself just a touch more room on the gutter, and leave this person exactly where they are, leave these people where they are. Again, just a little bit of the man jumping out of the Coke bottle, like just isolating the Coke bottle just a touch more. Small things would have taken this to the next level, but everything that I mentioned that you could do in post, you can still do. Very good job, Sebastian. Look at this chick. Oh my God. All of these glitches, you guys can, once I give you control, like what happens when I give you control is insanity. Like, again, I don't trust you because you're going to do
Yes, sir, yes.
like stupid, crazy things, you know? Like, you see, I never know. I never know, but this is what you, this is what you do. All right. That was Sebastian K. Yes. You guys just froze me. You just broke my stream. All right, let's look at another. This is from a photographer named Kyle G. Kyle says, another product that I use are Pelican cases. Pelican cases? Never heard of them. Just kidding. Pelican case I have for my lights, flight cases. I use Pelican cases to protect my gear. This case is from their waterproof line, shot along a rocky river shoreline. Compositionally, I placed the case at the crossroads of these 4 rocks, creating a scene where the tips of the rocks draw your eye back to the subject. The blues of the water complement the pop of the yellow from the case. Overcast sky provided soft, nice light. Third photographer in a row shooting with the Sony A7 IV. This is a Sigma 85 1.4 art lens, shot at 1/4 of a second, f11, ISO 100. This is the one they call Kyle G. Kyle, thanks for submitting. Kyle, this is really nice to look at. Like literally really, really nice to look at. Look at this framing, my guy. Like, the discipline, Kyle. I want you to see the nice inch that you gave yourself off the edge. You gave yourself about an inch here to center. Good spacing, top and bottom. The cold blue and the super poppy yellow. The water droplets here showing the waterproofness, and the slow shutter speed showing the motion of the water. I mean, I don't think that you needed to go as slow as you did with the shutter speed, just because the movement of the water, you're not at a point where it's rushing by. But I love the composition. I really do love the crossroads of this like intersection, which all just leads your eye to this product. This is a winner for me, man. This is absolutely an 11 out of 10. This is an absolute banger. And when you bring this in to look at the sharpness, you actually see the texture of the Pelican case. You see amazing reflections, especially reflection of your tripod in the water droplets, which is kind of cool. And again, the color saturation. Like, everything that you really should be paying attention to, you see beautiful, especially the drips. This is excellent, Kyle. Like, really, really excellent. You get double smoke and double applause. That's it. Beautiful.
Yes, sir, yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So you see the bar is high, right? Like, you see the bar is high. And it's like when a photographer takes these assignments that I give seriously, you understand these become portfolio images. These are portfolio images. It's just, I've asked you to shoot a portfolio image. I'm just disguising it under like a magazine editorial assignment, you know? So I'm tricking you into every week shooting an incredibly high level portfolio image. Do you understand the people who do this every week? In the course of like 4 months, they have a completely new portfolio. The people who take it seriously. The people who don't, or the people who don't submit or aren't a part of this whole system, like watching, you can only get so far from watching people do something. Like you can't learn how to do a kick flip, a back flip, a swan dive. You can't learn how to do any of that stuff without doing it. You can watch theory all day. You can watch me reviewing other people's photos, but it doesn't exactly apply to you until I review your photos. So put your photos on the table. Okay, this is Miss Jennifer. Miss Jennifer says Nike Jordans, Air Jordans take flight, A7R to the 3, 24 millimeter, f11, quarter of a second, ISO 100. This is Miss Jennifer. Let's go, Miss Jennifer. Thanks for submitting. Really beautiful color combination. Really, really beautiful color combination. Let's have a look at the double page spread. The one thing that I notice, Jennifer, is just the fact that we're clipping the nose here of the shoe. When you really think about it and look at your frame, essentially like taking the angle of the shoe and changing the angle of the shoe so that the shoe angles that way instead of shooting it so the shoe angles that way, now makes it so you can include the toe of the shoe instead of clip it. And also backing up just a touch, just making, I know you're doing a top down, but just raise your tripod just a bit, just to give yourself more space here so you can afford to move the shoe a little bit down more, change the angle, and then not clip the nose. For me, that's the whole, like, as soon as I saw the image, I said, oh, she clipped the nose. She clipped the nose. This is where literally when you're looking through your camera, you have to draw a full, you have to draw a full line through your picture at, like, that's not the halfway point. This is roughly the halfway point. So you have to draw a line that way, almost halfway, and then draw a line this way, and then don't have anything near the middle. And when you look at it that way, and then you look at my double page overlay, I got that center point pretty close. I'm kind of impressed. You see how I'm doing it with the overlay. So that's what you have to be hyper conscious of, is what it looks like across 2 pages when you shoot horizontal, because there's no cropping. And also when you're shooting flat lay and you're doing it at 24 millimeter, there's going to be distortion, and there's distortion happening up here in the top of the shoe. Like, it's hard to see, but the way that this shoe is going up here in the laces, there's a little bit of wide angle distortion. And the more you start to drop stuff into the corners of the frame, the more you'll get weird distortion with the back of that shoe, because that's just the nature of wide angle lenses. So my suggestion is shooting this with a 35 millimeter. If you must shoot it wide, I do all of this type of work with a 50. I do all of this type of work with a 50. And that means that if you're doing a top down and this is your table and this is your shoes here, it just means like you just need to raise up and have your camera higher rather than here, which is where it'll be with your 24. That's all. So you're just raising your camera up just a little bit higher. I hope that brings you value. That is Miss Jennifer. Miss Jennifer, you were so close. So close on this picture. The color, though, the color combination. Also, I would have loved to have seen you did blue and yellow, but the shoe is black and yellow. So why not shoot and make this black instead of blue, so it actually matches the box, because that's also how the box is. The blue actually doesn't really fit. So one thing to think of is just make sure that you're nailing your color combinations. Miss Jennifer, thank you, girl, for submitting. Miss Jennifer, you're like, the level of improvement that you've made in short time is bananas. It's bananas. And again, as you get better, I just keep judging you like harder, because that's the way that you truly improve. All right, let's get into Greg Fisk. Woo! Greg, let's go. Lumix S58 with a 50 millimeter 1.8 ISO 100 f16 a 60th of a second. This is Greg Fisk with his product photography image. Let's go, Greg Fisk. Look at this guy. Greg, again, the level up. Let's look at this as a double page spread. Let's look at the almost mathematical framing. Let's look at the almost mathematical framing where you see beautiful distance here and beautiful distance here. It's actually the same distance. He's snugged this shot glass up really tight to the bottle, but you can still see that this label is the feature. The label is the feature. Really, really, really good. Good sharpness. Let me just hide the double page. Really, really good sharpness. Sharpness that follows the top of the bottle all the way down to the label, as well as through the cup, to the point where I see the 750 milliliter stamp. Like, this is executed so well, Greg. Like, it's executed so well, and I can see your progress. Like, it's actually visible. Your lines, your discipline. Like, look at your lines, man. Like, your discipline and how straight your lines are is just really impressive. It's nice to look at. And then, of course, I haven't even talked about the fire in the background. The fact that you have these flames and this beautiful surface, like, that looks like granite. It's quite beautiful. Like, literally. Like, my smoke machine just did a little and kind of scared me, because I'm looking at flames on my screen and I see smoke coming out of my smoke screen. This is, Greg, really well done, man. Really well done. Holy. Yo, if you like this kind of content, give it a thumbs up. It helps a lot. You have no idea. Hit the like button. We should have 58 likes when I get there. It's funny, like, I know you guys are on this channel. You watch me because of your love of photography. And you're probably an emerging photographer trying to get to the next level with your photography. You have to know, like, making, and I say making, not taking, making amazing photos is just 20% of the equation. It's just 20% of the equation. Like, what I'm looking at right now, like, this is the work. Like, it's a given. Like, it has to be, like, at least this good. Like, this is the foundation for a career. It's the foundation for a career. Like, You're delusional if you can think that you're going to make a living at photography and not care as much as you see the people who pay me $10 a month to do this for them, and also how much they care when they're executing this work. Like, it's setting a standard for yourself. Like, you're setting a standard, and I'm helping you with that standard because my standard is way higher than yours. So I help you raise your standard so it's closer to mine. What you're looking at is a series of people who have completely raised their standards. All right. And also what you're seeing, here's another thing. I don't look at these photos until right now. So I have my moderators and my staff on my Discord hide this folder from me. Essentially, like, I don't look at it. So I give you my exact reaction based on the previous work that I know from that photographer. So everything that you're seeing right now, it's literally like an exact reaction of how I'm feeling when I'm seeing this photographer that's been submitting for a while, like, level up. Like, this is the reaction. Next photographer, his name's Stephen C. He says, it's been a while since I've had a photo to submit for review. Thanks to the pep talk the other day from Carty. You're very welcome. Shot on a Sony a7 III with a Tamron 28-70, 2.8 at f8, ISO 100 with a 1/10 of a second shutter. This is Stephen C. Stephen, thank you for submitting, my guy. I mean, I said create an advertising image within your niche. And I mean, Stephen is not a food stylist. He has never shot advertising or anything like that in his life. But the context at which you delivered this photo, the sharpness of this box, the fact that you thought, like, granola bars, this is something that someone would eat in this situation. The fact that you crumpled up a bunch of granola bars to actually put product on the rock, and you have 2 granola bars laid out, sweet and salty. Like, Steve, this is a win for me, my guy. It really is. And I know that your standards now, because your and I heard some comments that you've been talking, like, about yourself and your effort here and all this stuff. Dog, I'm talking. Like, I've heard you, like, I don't know if it's my best, but I want you to know, like, I see you. This is such a, like, it's an evolution. Yes, you have a little bit of detail loss, in the highlights due to the longer exposure. This is for me neither here nor there, because I also want to remind you that I judge you against you. I'm judging you against you. You're not competing with any other photographers. You're only competing with yourself. So I'm judging you based on your work. And based on your work and how talented I know that you are at shooting this type of work, this is a level up for you. But now, with slow shutter speed comes great highlight responsibility. With great slow shutter speeds comes great highlight responsibility. Once you slow your shutter speed down like that, you have to make sure that you're not losing your highlights. And what I'm going to ask you to do is see what you can recover in post, but know that those highlights are +1 stop, because the water is swirling around here, creating white, and you're doing a long shutter. In this case, what I would also do is have the version where you do the short shutter, where you shoot super short and you make this look like glass, like plastic, like go the exact opposite direction, and then keep going back and forth with like slow shutter speed, long shutter speed, until you master a shutter speed where you're happy with the movement and the highlight. I think in this situation, you were so focused on this that and placement. I think you were also so focused on placement based on your distance here, your distance here, your distance here. You were so focused on placement and making sure that this was perfect that this you wanted to show movement, but you have to give it enough reps to make sure that you get like perfect exposure in the highlights. But Stephen C, this is a win for me, my guy. This is a win. And also what I want you to pay attention to is that you creatively solved a problem. You creatively solved a problem. And I heard you saying like, I didn't shoot with a person, and like you creatively solved a problem. And there's so much advertising that looks just like this. And you had the foresight to create advertising in a scenario that you're the most comfortable. And for that reason, you absolutely won. Absolutely. This is a really great picture. Like, guys, the bar, the level is going higher. And again, I asked you earlier, am I giving you too much assignments? Am I giving you too many assignments? And one of the suggestions that I heard, an assignment every other week. Okay. But understand, the people who are paying me $10 a month, I want to give them 4 opportunities to submit photos. So what if you choose to shoot 3 out of the 4? Maybe you choose to shoot 3 out of the 4 assignments. Maybe you choose to shoot all of them. Understand that I do reviews once a week. I want to give you the opportunity to submit once a week, and I want to give you a portfolio assignment that you could shoot once a week. Every once in a while, I'll give you something that puts you out of your comfort zone, because it's important to like reset your mindset every once in a while. Just reset it, you know? So every once in a while, I'm going to ask you to shoot something that's outside your niche, because we are trying to expand our skill stack. Like, I shoot products sometimes. I'm not a product photographer, but I shoot products sometimes. And I have 2 pairs of brand new Jordans that I haven't even touched the ground that I'm going to photograph. I'm going to photograph them right here. And I'm going to demonstrate how I would do product photography for somebody who's not a product photographer, who has some experience with product photography and tons of experience with photography. So I'm going to prove just some of the things that I tell you to do by shooting these Jordans. And then I'm going to frame them. And then I have space over here on the wall where I can have like a picture of that Jordan, or back there, I can have the picture that you watched me make, because my walls are very empty in this place right now. But you've noticed I've put a little bit of light, a little bit of color. Stephen C, this is a win for me. We're going to go on to the next. I appreciate you, my guy, for submitting. This is a great photo. Great photo. A good level up. It was Stephen C. Stephen Cottrell. All right. Woo! Colin from Arresting Photos. Good evening, Cardi crew, you admirable artisans. I love this guy. The idea of this shot is that the strap is supposed to lead your eye from the left to the right page, whereas the lens, the main feature, is. Not sure if I quite nailed the position. Shot with the Nikon D5600, 50mm 1.8, ISO 100 at f16. A 200th of a second plexiglass over colored paper to get the reflection. This is Colin. Colin, thank you so much for submitting. Let's open this up in browser. Let's go, Colin. I appreciate you, Colin, for submitting. Colin, this looks nice. It looks nice. Now, I want to notice a couple of things. When I look at this full, I mean, Nikon lenses have a texture to them, definitely. So I definitely see that. The strap, hella focused, but the Nikon's upside down. I would have definitely considered flipping the strap the other way so your mind doesn't have to reverse the name of the Nikon. I'm sure, and also it's like upside down there, so that's like another there's another opportunity to have seen it the right way, but yeah, like, and then the background, I think the background, the red is just it's not, my pink isn't really showing, but the red is a little washed, which means the exposure is, it's like, I see there's a little glow that's happening back here. Maybe I'm going to change the color of my thing to contrast this a little. So maybe this is that glow. It's not kicking out so much that it's going to make this, because this is pink instead of red. So I think that we want this to be a little bit more poppy, the same saturation that this is. And again, also, I still think that red is the wrong color for this. I think that this is another situation where we have hard black, we have hard yellow, we have black and yellow, or gold, in fact, because it's Nikon gold. And then this background needs to be black, or it needs to be yellow. So the red makes it so the color combination doesn't really match. As far as your double page framing, you can also see how, yes, this is pointing to this, but you're losing it in the gutter because this crosses this line right there, which is our gutter, which means this dips in and then goes back out. And anything that's between here and here, you're losing that detail. So you're going to lose everything from like here to here. So essentially the strap's going to just disappear into the gutter, and you're not going to actually see this piece coming out. So the strap ends here. If you want to do it that way, this gets turned over the other way, and then this down here becomes a mirror. This background is black, or it's yellow, preferably black, because it's going to make this whole thing rich. The light that you have on the lens here, this little halo, we're losing the nuance of light that you have because this isn't rich and like saturated or deep enough. So I would love to see this reshot with my corrections, because it has such potential. And I also know your talent. You've seen me react to pictures that you've posted in the Just Chatting. So like, you've proven your worth. You've proven what you can do. But again, color combination and the right colors based on looking at this scene, black and yellow. You shoot this in front of Wiz Khalifa car. You shoot it in Pittsburgh, black and yellow. You put it on a Pittsburgh Pirate jersey. Like, it's black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. So small things, but again, I think a really great effort, Colin. I'd love to see you reshoot that with those small fixes. The Nikon upside down, I think you definitely should have saw. All right, that was Colin. Thank you, Colin, for submitting. All right, who's next? Who's next? By the way, guys, if you have any questions, type Command Q. Command is the exclamation. Type Command Q, enter, then type your question, and I'll see it. Like, that's how you do it. Command Q, enter, and then if you @ me with your question, it actually highlights it and makes it a lot easier for me to find. Or you do a super chat, and that, like, the world stops, smoke goes off, and I definitely answer your question. Anna. Hi, Cardi. Since my niche is editorial portraits, I wanted to create a lifestyle image featuring Nike skateboarding shoes. I had a couple of ideas that did not execute the way I wanted, so my last idea was to make kind of a whimsical shot with bold colors, hard shadows, and a couple skinny legs. Nikon D780 105 or f14 at 3/20th of a second. This is Anna Kaya with Nike skateboarding. Anna Kaya, let's go. Let's look at this as a double page spread. This is pretty close, Anna. Like pretty close. Like really close on the edge here, because again, the gutter, we are gonna lose part of this shoe. You're a little claustrophobically tight here, so I know you can't move this over without cropping in. So that's the only case is you have to move backwards and just give just a little bit more space so you can not be so close with the sock to the gutter, with the pant cuff to the gutter. Like the amount of gap that he has here and here, you need to also have with him here on the center gap. Like he has to have the exact same space, and then the gutter drops in here, I think. Like that's where the gutter drops. So you're giving the shoe, and you can see now this kind of space. Now you're giving the main product space and the socks, and the skateboard is your accent. But where you dropped it and the gutter dropping that claustrophobically close, there's no cropping with a horizontal image. It is exactly 2 pages in a magazine. As I said earlier, this is 18 inches all the way across. This is 12 inches down, and the midway point, they're 9x12s. And when you do model portfolios, you make 9x12s. And when you get a double page spread, you shoot a horizontal picture like this that you cut down the middle. And literally it fits half and half into a model's book, and it's an 18x12. So really lock in the horizontal composition. And I'm still giving you an 11 for this photo because the color composition, the blue and red, the black and the white, the brand new shoes, like, Anna, this should go into your portfolio because the spacing that you're seeing between here in the shadow and here, like it looks, oops, I'm doing it on the wrong monitor. What you're seeing here and here, like, looks balanced. Like this looks quite balanced, but it's when you do the overlay that you realize that it's not. So again, small thing, Anna, but still so impressed that you continue to stay with it and you shot through the photo and you ended up getting something that, again, it's like, it's an 11 out of 10, but you can see how it doesn't fit formatting like exactly. It's close. It's so close. So maybe there's some other frames that are a little looser, perhaps. Always give yourself just a touch more room than you think if you have a tendency to like ride the line like you like to. All right, guys, that was Anna. Thank you very much, Anna, for submitting Nike skateboarding. Love it, love it. All right, that is Anna Kaya. All right, who's next? Oh, the submissions today. The submissions today, man. Oh my God. It makes me so happy because like I'm seeing like, oh my God, I'm seeing. As a photographer, your portfolio is your voice in a visually crowded market. But are you confident that it's telling your story in the way that you intend? Many photographers struggle with showcasing their work effectively, often overlooking the power of a well-crafted portfolio. This is where my one-on-one portfolio review comes in. I'm offering you expert, personalized feedback on your work, With my 3 decades experience in pro photography, I bring you a discerning eye to your portfolio, helping you refine and package your work to make a lasting impact. We'll dive into the nuances of your style, the strengths of your composition, and the overall narrative of your portfolio in general. My focus will be on elevating your work, ensuring that it not only represents your skill, but also captivates an intended audience. Don't let your work go unnoticed. Sign up for a one-on-one portfolio review and let's fine-tune your presentation to the world. You'll come away with concrete steps to enhance your portfolio, making it not just a collection of pictures, but a powerful tool to elevate your photography career. Book your session right now, and let's take the first step towards making your portfolio as amazing as your photography. Oh my God, those portfolio reviews, man. It's like I'm starting to get booked up, which is good. But if you want your portfolio reviewed, go to the Cardi method. If you want to book a one-on-one mentorship with me, even if it's a one-off, we can do that as well. And the masterclass. The masterclass is probably the best thing that I've done. And my masterclass is only $50 a month. So far, there's probably 14 hours of video. 14 hours of video and like 120 pages of notes. Like literally, it's a course. It's going to be a course, and it's one of the coolest things that I do. So all information is on the Cardi method. You're seeing it right here. Our next photographer. This is Dana MK. Dana says, "Hey Cardi, here's my submission for this week. My favorite brewery in my favorite mountain town. Shot with my Nikon D810 50 millimeter f8 ISO 100 at an 80th." This is Dana MK. Dana, thank you so much for submitting. Oh, I pressed the Instagram button instead of this button. Here we go. Dana, this is dope, my guy. Are you a Dana? Are you a guy or a girl? Did I ask you that already? I'm always confused with Dana as a name. Dana, the framing is beautiful. Like, this is bordering on textbook. Like, I'm very impressed with this. This is very, 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 very good. Very good.
Yes.
Like, look at, let me put this framing up again. Look at the framing between here and the center. It's offset. It's offset enough to compensate for this dip in the gutter. Look at how this person, there's no identity to this person at all. It's just a human who drinks beer. So no model release necessary. This is textbook stock photography, textbook beer ad photography, and also, let me hide my camera here so you can get the full effect. Nondescript jeans, the focus point is exactly where it's supposed to be. Like, this is so on the button. Not only can you read the label perfectly, like Backroads Brewing, Power Slave Pilsner, first decent Northwest IPA, strong beer. Like, it says it all, and you can read it at any level. My only thing, you're shooting, this is shade. Oops. Which is okay to shoot in shade. But when shade gets like too dark, what you have to really hard compensate. And when you're hard compensating now, what ends up happening is we start to go a little blue. And then up here, our exposure starts to go hot, because this is where the sun still is up here. The sun is still hitting here. So getting the exposure here and also back here is incredibly difficult. This is where, like, I would pull some highlights. I would try to see if there's a way to kind of pull this back just a bit. And also know, Dana, that you have this skill set to be able to execute these pictures. How you take it to the next level is the right sunset. the right time of day, like it's not just the like you have the location right, you have the beer right, you have the person right, the clothing right. There's so many things. It's like, yep. Now it's like, okay, so how would you make this better? You would make this better in such a way where sun is actually hitting this water. This sky is all blue and the sun is behind you. So some sunlight is actually hitting these cans and some sunlight is reflecting off the water, deep blue sky, harder mountain. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way that I could think that you could make this better. But as it is, it stands in my book as an absolute killer portfolio picture. Like it's for sure a banger. It's for sure an 11. And wow, that's Dana McKenzie. Dana is a guy, by the way. Sorry, Dana. Here we go. Next photographer is Unscratched, also known as Mike Lilly. New piece of kit I got recently. K&F Concept geared tripod head shot with the Sony a7 III. It's like Sony gang today. Holy, where's my Canon shooters? Where's my Nikon shooters? Where's my Fuji shooters? Where's my Leica shooters? Where's my Hasselblad shooters? Michael Lee says, shot with a Sony a7 III 85mm, 80th of a second, f2.8, ISO 100. This is Unscratched, also known as Mike Lilly. Mike, thanks for submitting. Let's have a look at this as a double page spread. Oh, Mike. Mike is like, you are just, dude, I'm like, you're taking this shit to the wire. Like, so tight with the discipline. Look at this. Look at how this distance, exactly the same. This is our main branding. How close that is to the center. This distance here, how the tripod and the lens, the tripod plate that goes on the lens, like this is all just like pro shit. So he's showing pro shit on top of a K&F, which is also now making you assume that this is also pro. So when you look at it without the frame, it almost felt to me before I opened fully that the framing was off. It felt like this was biased too much to the center, is what it felt like. But then I dropped the frame on top of it and you see like, oh no. This is done with such meticulous discipline. And also this out of focus, the foliage where you placed this in the middle of wildlife. This is an absolute banger, man. I love this, Mike. Like, Mike, this is great, man. Like, really. I think that this is fantastic. You get an 11, my guy. This is great. Like, really, really strong focus. It's in the field. Like, what more do you want? This is exactly the level. And again, I'm telling you, like, you can see how seriously the photographers who submit are taking this, and they're making portfolio images on demand. I asked them, they make them, and it's for them, not me. So there's a method to my madness, and seeing progression like before my very eyes is brilliant, really, really good. I think I just got a wave of what this next assignment is going to be. This is Joshua Hone. Joshua says, Holbrook pickleball, designed to play better. R6, 85mm f4, 100th of a second, ISO 200. This is Joshua Hone. Joshua, this is an excellent frame, my guy. Excellent. Like, textbook. Like, like textbook. My only worry is the net might disappear in the gutter because it's so dead center. So like in this case, because it's such a literal picture, Like, it's so compositionally beautiful. Like, before I say any shit, I want you to understand, Joshua, like, this is an 11.5 out of 10. Like, it's so good. It's so good. But now, how can we make it better? And again, you'll notice, like, every photographer is at a different level. Every photographer who submits at a different level. But there's something that I'm going to point out with every photographer's work that could take it just to another level and just make it a little bit more complicated, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more unique, a little bit more of a scroll stopper. That's what we're trying to do. I'm trying to create hero pictures. Is what you guys are doing. So imagine we take this picture and we rotate it just a little. So this line now is no longer such a straight axis. It now does this. And these lines are not on such a straight axis. Let me just erase that one. It's now, this line is now like this. So now it crosses the gutter. These lines are now like this and like this. These rackets are now like this and like this. And the arms, one comes in higher this way and one comes in possibly lower this way. So it's just making it so the heights are possibly the same this way. I know that that's a lot of lines, but I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just like, just go like this. You know what I mean? So now that dead straight gutter, which you're going to lose when it goes in that way, and now you won't see the net that you place so perfectly. Run it diagonally, kinda across. Now you see, and if it dips in and dips back out again, it doesn't take away at all from the idea or the photo. But still, this is an 11.5 out of 10. It's still a banger. Like still. Open shade is beautiful. The color combination is beautiful. Where you dropped your horizon lines is beautiful. The fact that you chose to drop this line that links them. This line links these two rackets. This line links these two rackets. This gives... Oh, you scared the shit out of me, dude. Oh my God. Okay, this dog wants to leave. Hang on a second here. I'm going to get a dog cam. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. No, he hears somebody at the door. He's freaking. What do you want to see? What do you want to see? Nobody there. I have legs, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. If I had legs, the answer, yes. And I don't wear shorts under the table. Back to Joshua. Yeah, my guy, it's just small things. Like, I really, really love the relationship of the lines in this photo. Including this line, including these dots, like the branding. It's just all very well done, dude. This is just really great. That's Joshua Hone. An amazing picture and disciplined frame. Joshua Hone. Very well done. Guys, the bar... The bar is out of frame today. The bar is out of frame today. So I'm going to have to give you a harder assignment. Like, it's seeming too easy for some. Oh. Let's go. Our next shooter, this is Tom Fox. Tom Fox says, thanks for the push, everyone. I have some seriously strong contenders to stand up against. Nikon Z6, 45mm, f4, 100th of a second. This is Tom Fox. Wow, Tom Fox. I see you. I see what you did. You know, the first thing I was like, is like, hey, let's look at this placement. It's like, no, Cardi. That's not the focus. This is the focus. This is where your eye is supposed to go first. Do you not see the highlight, the downlight on top of this literal, like this thing of playing cards, the spliff here, the spreads, like the money. This is like excellence. Look at the discipline. Look at the edge of the sunglasses here. Look at the discipline with his framing, and also made it top heavy. And the vignette created from light that pushes darkness out on all the corners. This is so good, Tom Fox. Oh my goodness, man. This is so good. So good. Remember when I said the bar was out of frame? This is what happens when an art director, a photo editor, a designer asks you to not take a picture, but to make a picture. This is my idea. I need to promote these playing cards. No one's seen these playing cards before. Create an ad that we can take out in a magazine as a double page spread to promote this playing cards. It's got to have a lifestyle feeling. It's got to be cool, you know, like people don't play cards anymore, man. Like, let's make cards cool again. Can you do that, Tom Fox? And then Tom Fox drops this photo a week later. This is called executing an assignment. And it's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to teach you how to just grab hold of your career and make it yours. You're not grabbing hold of your career if you're walking around the streets taking pictures of the things that you see. Literally, like, anyone's doing that. Like, and funny, everybody who's doing that, nobody's making money at it. I'm trying to teach you how to make money with your ideas and your skill with the camera. And if you can learn how to execute an idea, if you can learn how to shoot to an incredibly tight brief, money will never stop falling out of your pockets. And by the way, if money's falling out of your pockets, have a better system. Like, literally, there's wallets, you know, there's debit cards. Don't hold so much cash if money's falling out of your pockets. But if you want money to be continually transferred into your account, start making photos like this. Tom Fox, everybody. There's a method to my madness. There's a method. And people also say sometimes that, like, I'm hard on people. I'm hard on people. It's like, do you think Michael Jordan's coach was like, oh, Michael, that was so great. The way that you tried, kinda. Like, if you're able to, like, do a slam dunk from the free throw line, and then you start getting worse and worse and worse at that, your coach is there to remind you, hey, I saw you one time do a slam dunk from the free throw line. In fact, Walter Yost Jr. shot the photo of you doing the famous Jordan dunk that got turned into your brand logo. Like, a photographer made that image and caught that perfectly and licensed that image to Air Jordan, and hence became the logo. Like, you have no idea where your next miracle comes from. You really have no idea. But I gotta tell you, like, if you get in the business of really going inwards, especially if things aren't working, if things aren't working for you, no one wants to hear that it's them. No one wants to hear it's your fault that things aren't working for you. Because like I had to come to grips with it was my fault that my 30-year career, I felt like other than the work, I had no financial backing to show for it. No success financially. I was always stressed about money, always. Now, that is so far in the past, but I do remember it. And I do know that so many people who watch me have financial struggles. So I try to teach the shortest path to how to fix your financial struggles. And it's you. Literally, it's you. It's mindset, because your mindset was set by someone else and that person was trying to set you as an employee. And many of you are employees because that's how your mind was set by someone else. The reason I talk so much about mindset is because I'm trying to set your mind for something else, a different way, where you trade your value for money, where you trade your skill stack for money, where you trade your tool set for money. It's a different world. I don't work by the hour. I get paid by the job. Sometimes jobs take me 8 minutes and I make like $1,600 and it goes on the cover of a magazine. So that's what I try to teach here. We have 2 more photographers. The first one is Romeo. My submission for this product is sunglasses by Dolce & Gabbana, shot on Fujifilm X-T3 50mm lens, f11, ISO 160, shot at a 200th of a second. This is Romeo with Dolce & Gabbana glasses. Romeo, let's have a look at what you're doing. As a double page spread, I think that this is pretty textbook. It also looks like you're lighting as well as shooting at the right time of day. You got great exposure here. I mean, it's a sunglasses ad, so I wish we were a little closer on the sunglasses. But I do know that so much a part of this photograph is this background. The car is part of the lifestyle, this country road, this big sky. The fact that you dropped the horizon line and put her up against sky, and it just makes it great. The exposure that you have on her face is perfect. The Gucci watch, this is luxury. And again, the more experience that you have shooting this type of luxury, I think the better. This is a way better effort as far as pose and execution on a photo like this. The thing that I'll say to you again is the more different subjects that you have in front of the camera, the better a photographer that you will be. You photograph people that you know, family, wife, friends, the more strangers that you get to meet and photograph, your business is going to blow up so fast, Romeo. You stay in your comfort zone and you make these incredible peak pictures of people who are within your space. I need you to do these same executions with this same quality, care, compassion, and love of strangers. And I know that you can do it. I challenged you to photograph someone who you hadn't photographed before, and you made an incredible photograph. So I know you have it in you. You know you have it in you. So all I'm going to do is just put that bug into your ear again, Romeo. I'm asking you to widen your net as far as who you photograph. Senja, who is, he's my editor. He watches this program. He's probably watching right now. Senja was struggling for subjects. He didn't have a lot of subjects. So he challenged himself. He went out with another photographer and he photographed 100 portraits in one day. 100 portraits. He met 100 new people, made their photo right there. So through that, you get contact information, you get their Instagram, you share it, like that grows your network. And as well through that, you meet people that you want to photograph again. And then in that situation, you meet them, you take them to the location of your choice, and then you get to execute another photo shoot, and you're building relationships with these people. You never know the job of a stranger. That stranger could be an art director. They could be a photo editor. So don't be afraid to talk to strangers on the street. It's a quick, fast way to get yourself really rocking. This is really great. This is Romeo Fowler. By the way, if you want to see some of these images on Instagram, all you need to do is, first of all, follow my Instagram, which is this account right here, at Steve Carty. I'm at Steve Carty everywhere. But also follow the Behind the Picture with Carty Instagram. The photos that win Photo of the Week here appear on the Instagram. And also, if you're just a subscriber on this channel and you're posting in Just Chatting and you're posting high frequency work, there's a chance that that work might get plucked and posted to our Instagram. But anywhere that you post your work on my Discord, anywhere that you post your work on my Discord, make sure that you include your Instagram account. If you want to have more people following you, post your Instagram account every time you post a photo, which makes it easier for my staff to actually tag your Instagram account when we post the stuff. Makes it a lot easier rather than having to DM you and chase you down to find out your at. So thank you. That was Romeo. Let's look at our very last submission. Our last submission is from Dreadfully Blessed. And again, Dreadfully Blessed, I had him at my house. This guy was right here. And I showed you. He was here Sunday when I podcasted. I think he ducked in on camera. But this guy lives 2 hours away. I didn't even know he was in Canada. I thought he was an American. But he lives 2 hours away. He drove 2 hours traffic, so imagine 3 hours, just to meet me for an hour. And it was going to be 15 minutes. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to make you drive 3 hours just to hang out with me for 15 minutes. And I'm a talker. It's never going to be 15 minutes. Like, it'll be longer. So that first time he hung out, he was with me for 3 hours. 3 hours. And the next day, I asked him to come back again because I just wanted to hang out with him and like share some more. So he came back the next day. And then, so in 2 days, he got basically 8 hours of mentorship just by hanging out. So I'm telling you, man, there's something to be said for just swinging for the fences for people that you want to meet, swinging for the fences for people that you want to talk to, like reaching out to people who you want to work with. Like, there's something to be said for just doing it. Just send that email, make that call. Sean Thomas, Dreadfully Blessed, he made that call. He reached out. He hit me with like exactly what you say. And I was like, yeah, dude, you can come. He's like, I'm going to just get in my car and come right now. I'm like, come. I'm just the kind of person I am. So make sure you're part of the Discord, because I got to tell you, man, I have like a family. The Cardi crew is a family, and it's a group of photographers and creatives that are all trying to rise up together. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Our last photograph is from Sean Thomas, also known as Dreadfully Blessed. Blessings, everyone. I hope everyone's well. Here's my submission for this week's horizontal ad campaign shot on a Canon EOS R. Shot at 1,000th of a second, f5.6, ISO 400. Shot at 35 millimeter with a Tamron 24-70. This is Dreadfully Blessed. Thanks for submitting, Dreadfully. When you came over, my guy, I leaned in on some shit and you listened. You listened. This is beautiful. Like 100% unequivocally, you get the smoke because this is a smoke photo. And the framing, let's look at the discipline. Bumper discipline from here. Bumper discipline. Could this be a little bit more? Yes, I would love it a little bit more, but the framing, the discipline of where your center marker is really strong. Again, this center marker will probably disappear with the gutter, but that doesn't matter as long as these line up. It's fine. It looking continuous. This disappearing, it doesn't, this particular line isn't integral to the picture like the tennis net from the other photo from Joshua. But the lines on the road, these lines, this line, this, the little white hits, the 2931, like this is epic, bro. Epic, epic, epic. And just looking at the car alone, looking at the shallow depth of field that's happening in the foreground here is excellent. Like I really like that small detail. It almost looks like toy car-ish. And you see it going all the way through here, this like shallow depth of field. Really, really strong, Sean. I like this a lot. For me, it's an 11, my guy. This is really good. This is really good. Guys, that's it. That is this week's photo reviews. For me, I got to make my picks for photos of the week. So I'm going to do that first. Then I have to give you an assignment. We're going to do that next. And then the last thing that I have to do is I have to ask you a question. So make sure that you stay till the end for all those things. So first thing, it's going to take like, call it 2 minutes for me to do. So look at this. If you're running a photography business, especially if you're doing that and juggling photo shoots, I've got something that might be a game changer for you. It's called Indie, and trust me, it's like having a personal business assistant, only it's affordable. First off, imagine creating eye-catching project proposals super easily. Indie helps you do that so you can impress your clients and get more gigs. Plus, there's these ready-to-go contracts which are a breeze to sign thanks to electronic signatures. No more paperwork headaches. Then there's the task management part. You know how you have to keep track of a million things? Indie has a great to-do list and digital tools that let you visualize your work and keep everything super organized. It's really helpful. Invoicing, Indie's got you covered. Send out professional invoices and estimates and let your clients pay through options like PayPal, Stripe, Zelle, and even pay you by check if they need to. Working closely with clients, Indie has a cool client portal where you can chat, share files, and keep everybody in the loop. It's like your project command center. You don't need to use Google Drive. For those of you who are still billing by the hour, there's a time tracker that logs how much time you're spending on each project. Talk about making life easier. And then there's extras like file storage for your photos, customizable forms for all your client interactions, and a calendar that gives you a bird's eye view of your schedule. Here's the kicker. With my promo code Cardi35, you can get 35% off your first year of Indie's Pro plan, which works out to be about $7.80 a month if you go monthly, and an even better deal of $5.85 a month if you pay annually. Sign up
That's
for Indie.
$5.85.
Please.
So if you want to focus more on the creative side of your business and less on
Kind of genius.
stuff that you don't like doing that much, Indie is your go-to. Click the link in the video description, use my code Cardi35, and watch the magic happen. Give it a go. See how it works for you and watch how it transforms your business. Thanks so much.
Sign up for Indie. It's a few of you have for sure. I got so many people who signed up for free. The paid version starts to happen once you starts to be necessary once you need more than 3 invoices per month and invoices larger than 10,000 or larger than $1,000. So get on it. Photos of the week. You guys ready? By the way, thank you, Indie, for sponsoring this channel and this podcast. Our first photo of the week. It's Spoonman. Congratulations, Spoonman. Photo of the week. Let's go. Photo of the week. Spoonman. Cardi approved. Suspending this spoon, hiding wires, depth of field, changing your mindset from a top down to and I mean, the top down is still very valid and you'll be doing them plenty, but this is really, really, really well executed. So I just want you to say, I want to say that I see you. And oops, I notice all of the work that you do, how hard you're trying. And it's coming through in the work. You were very close. The last time you submitted from winning photo of the week, this one took it. Exposure in the background, the way that the fade happens, the blend, the gradient, the deep black, and detail of the spoon, the elements that you chose, like everything really came together for me here. So you get the Cardi seal of approval, my friend.
You ready for another one?
All right. The next photo of the week goes to this is Kyle G. Photo of the week. Let's go. Kyle G. Cardi seal of approval, my friend. This is just such a banger of a photo. Like, it's a scroll stopper. Like, there's no denying.
Yes, sir, yes.
This is just a horizontal advertising image. This is amazing, Kyle. And again, the level of submissions and how hard you made it, you guys, how hard you made it really for me to pick photos of the week. You're making it incredibly hard. Like, really, like, difficult. So I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to, like, be discerning. Because I have to have a discerning eye. That was Kyle G. And yes or yes. Kyle G, photo of the week. This next photographer, just want to make sure, like, I get excited. I want to make sure I don't mess up any names. There we go. Okay. This next photographer is photographer. Our next photographer, photo of the week, goes to Kyle G. I just said that. This is Greg Fisk. Congratulations, Greg. This is amazing. Cardi approved. This is Greg Fisk. Photo of the week. So good. So good. We're going to give you the smoke again. We're going to give you the applause again. Again, the bar with these horizontal advertising images was so high. You want the let's go action? All right. I can start to give you some sound bites, maybe. Little sound bites that you guys can activate. By the way, members are going to be the only ones who are able to activate these sound bites. You're going to have to be a member to do any of these glitches. I'm setting that up this evening. If you like photography, I appreciate you. If you're obsessed about photography and obsessed about getting your career to the next level, please consider subscribing. I'm looking for a very specific type of subscriber. Somebody who doesn't take no for an answer. Somebody who like is relentless in their pursuit of a creative career. Those are the kind of people who I want watching me, because only the people who are relentless, not people who decide that they're going to do this, not people who choose they're going to do this and then choose they're going to do something else like 2 days later. If you've decided that photography is your life and your career and is going to be your livelihood, subscribe, because I'm here to take you to the finish line. That was Greg Fisk. Our next photo of the week, and I am so glad this guy is back. They call him the moddiest of mods. You know him as Stephen C, baby. Photo of the week. Sweet and salty nuts. Nature Valley. Thank you so much, Steve, for this great image. You're getting the smoke and the applause again, because this you knocked out of the park. This is such a great picture. It gets the Cardi seal of approval. And again, it's like, I have nothing to say except for what I said when I reviewed it. It's a little bit on the highlights, small tweaks, but for you, my friend, this is like such a level up. Very proud of you. I see you, my guy. I see you. Thanks for trying so hard. Where did this photographer come from? This photographer just out of nowhere just started watching me and started winning photo of the week out of nowhere. And again, you could be that photographer as well at home watching, but not participating and just keeping your photos like close to the chest, just sharing them on Instagram. Cool. How's that doing for you? How's that working for you? Is it working good? Okay. Or you can be like these people. This next photographer, this is our next photo of the week. Out of nowhere comes Dana. Photo of the week. A showstopper, this guy. Like, what an absolute killer. Again, I made small things that I would do. Like, you're so good. Your compositions are so strong. Like, the only next natural thing for you to do, Dana, is make your photos harder. Make your photos like one in a lifetime. Like perfect juxtaposition, the perfect sunrise, the perfect sunset. And on top of that, add these compositions. Like that makes you so undeniable. Like, I love the fact that you shoot in shade. I shoot in shade as well. Like, I love open shade. But when you're in a scenario with mountains and stuff like that, where the background is equally as important as the foreground, you really have to work on not shooting in mixed light. Like, this is shade, but there's sunset or sun in the background, which makes your photo hazy, and it doesn't give it that like crispy punch that we need. Did you hear me go Irish there? Crispy. We need crispy. So again, you still knocked us out of the park. This is amazing. I'm just trying to tell you how to turn an 11 into like a 25 out of 10. Great job. That's Dana. Also, make images like this at this level. I remember you instantly. And also, my viewers and the people who submit so regularly are becoming so consistent that I'm starting to recognize their style. I'm starting to recognize your style, not just your subject matter and your name and all this stuff, but I'm like, I look at a photo and I'm like, oh, I know exactly whose this photo is. And this was one of the photographers where this photographer's style is really starting to like you're starting to mojo this style. And for that reason, man, your photo of the week. Yes. This is Joshua Hone. Photo of the week. Yes. 100% for an advertising image. Just like, oh my word, Joshua, like the discipline, the white shirt, the black racket, the colored racket, the background, the lines. Again, I gave you just small correction where you rotate just a little bit to make that center line come at a little bit of an angle. So it comes in on one page and goes out on the other page. The smallest thing, but know that you're onto something, and I'm feeling you. I'm happy you're in my masterclass. I'm happy that you're a part of this journey, and I don't want you to think that I'm going to stop pushing you, bro, because I'm going to start pushing you more because you continually impress me. Way to go. That is Joshua Hone. Well done, Joshua. All right. Let's see who's next. Oh, snap. Again, the bar, you heard what I said about this photo. You heard about what I said with this photo. The power of a tight brief, man. And like, you want to talk about somebody who gets a tight brief, understands it, and just like smashes it out of the park. Guys, that's your next photo of the week winner. He did that. This is Tom Fox, baby. Tom Fox with photo of the week. Oh, that's the wrong button. It's all right, because when that disappears, you get to see Tom Fox. Beautiful. Beautiful. Cardi approved. Like, this is like a clinic. A clinic in light, juxtaposition, idea, propping, like, so well done. So well done, man. Like, Tom, like, I'm so glad that you guys are, I'm so glad that you're a part of this community. Everybody who submits, I will say again, if you're a submitter, here's what you can do. In order to help me convince more people that they should be submitting their photos, if you're a submitter, do this. Leave a comment on how submitting photos to my photo review show has helped you. Leave a comment how my Discord, this photography community that I've built, how it's helped you. Leave a comment telling me just that. The photo reviews, how they've helped you. The Discord photo community, how they've helped you. Do that. Leave that comment. I'm going to pin my favorite one, and everybody who goes to my comment section will see that comment first. So do that for me. Tom Fox, photo of the week, my guy. If I didn't say that and show that already, photo of the week. Very well done. Cardi approved. Amazing. So good. It's Tom Fox. And our last photo of the week. Our last photo of the week. This photographer, like, talk about a photographer who literally came to see me in person for an ass kicking. Like, literally. And I have to be honest, like, I just gave this guy shit for like 4 hours. And then I called him and said, do you want to come back so I can give you some more shit? And he was like, yes, please. And he came back, but yeah, I got to tell you, like, the level of likability, the way that he heard criticism, and he's like, you're absolutely right. You're like, and it's not like he's just like, you know, trying to, you know, what's it called when you tamp someone down? He's not just like path and something me. He's not pushing me and relaxing me and just being like, yeah, you're right, Cardi. Patronizing me. That's the word. He's not patronizing me when he says that. He's like, yes, you're right. I can't believe I didn't realize patronizing. Is that Casper Hillman back? Casper back? The car photographer back when I'm talking to this car photographer? Is that who it is right now? Casper? Let's go, baby. Where you been? Missed you so much. Let's go. Casper back, becoming a submission level member. I appreciate you, Casper. Know that Casper has been around for a couple of years. He's been around since long before I had any kind of attention on this channel, any kind of like, Casper was around when I had like 800 subscribers. So the fact that we're coming up on 20,000 subscribers right now, Casper, it's pretty dope that you're back. And also while I'm talking to this fine car photographer who just won photo of the week. So I'm going to start giving best in show to one photograph, which you've heard, and you got to stay because I have an assignment for you. You've heard photo of the week. You've seen my favorite photos for photo of the week, but there is one overall, what I will call best in show today, which is, I will say, geez, this is really freaking hard. This is really hard. They both have such incredible application, but there is just, oh my goodness, they're so freaking close. You know what? I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to give two best in show. Two best in show. Two. And the first best in show that, again, I haven't given best in show in a long time, but our first best in show, our first Best in Show goes to Gregory Fisk. Best in Show. Wow. Gregory, congratulations, Greg. I have one more Best in Show. One more. And I couldn't give it to just one of these photographers because it would have done the other photographer an injustice. Our last Best in Show goes to Kyle G. Best in Show. Kyle G, congratulations. I cannot believe I couldn't decide between these two photos, but guys, that tells you how high the bar is. That tells you how high the bar is. And it also tells you how important it is to put yourself outside your comfort zone. It tells you how important it is to put yourself outside your comfort zone. So, I am now going to put you outside your comfort zone. This next assignment, shoot a professional self-portrait for your website and profiles. You're shooting your own self-portrait. Now, if you shot a self-portrait for me before, you know I judge them the same way that I judge editorial pictures. When I'm asking you to shoot a self-portrait, I'm not saying mail in something. I'm saying shoot something that is at the level that you would put on your website representing you. You can shoot it horizontally, you can shoot it vertically, but there's rules for horizontal and there are rules for vertical. Learn and take in everything that I've talked about over the last several weeks with photo reviews and these type of assignments. And now you're shooting your contact page photo. You're shooting your about me photo. Friendly, approachable, serious and stoic, black and white.
Question?
Color, on location, in studio, natural light, artificial light. It doesn't matter. But what it does need to be is unmistakably you. And that means in posing or a lack of posing. What's the question? Before we end the party, what's the editorial team's next assignment? Yeah, I'm getting to that right now, but thank you. So that's it. I want to see, number one, there's too many people in the Discord that don't have a profile picture attached to their photo. They don't have it attached to their name. It's just a Discord icon. Or on YouTube, too many people who just have letters like an M for your initial. There's no profile pictures. Putting yourself out there, not just through shooting this photo, but actually putting this photo into your ethos so people actually see you and connect with you. You'll notice my social media, if you look at my Instagram, you'll notice that my Instagram is mostly my photography, but when it's not my photography, it's photos of me. And your Instagram should also look like a blend of you working, portraits of you, and your work. So when you see how many people engage with photos of you, it's like almost more people engage with photos of you than engage with the photos that you make. So include you within your feed, and it makes like, get used to being in front of other people's cameras, and also get used to being in front of your own camera. I shoot more self-portraits today than I have any time ever in my career. And again, it's because I shoot my own thumbnails. So get used to being in front of the camera, and your assignment this week is create your next profile picture. And you can be as funny or serious, you can be as revealing or hide as much as you like, but it's for your professional website. So, and again, you have a choice. you can decide to not do this picture. You can decide to not put yourself out of your comfort zone and decide to just wait for another assignment. But you can also decide to put yourself out of your comfort zone. Learn how hard it is to pose yourself, light yourself, situate yourself, like be in the right headspace to capture this picture, and like dive deep. I've given you this assignment before. Some of you excel at the self-portraits. If you're one who's won photo of the week before from a self-portrait, I'm going to be judging you harder. If you've never won a photo of the week from a self-portrait, if you've always had me kind of vex when I'm looking at your self-portraits, it's because you haven't tried hard enough. So this means this is an opportunity for you to really try hard. Put everything that you know about light, decisive moment, idea, location, framing, and shoot an amazing photo of you, and shoot more than one. Shoot hundreds, because I'm going to be looking at that single picture that you choose to give me as the one that you decided was the best one. So I hope that brought you value. I hope this whole episode brought you value. Please consider becoming a member so I can burn my place down with the smoke machine. You get all kinds of cool perks. You get a crown next to your name. You get to be part of this amazing photo community. And I also have, again, big ideas. Calligraphy wants some giveaways. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do some giveaways for some of these amazing people who are winning photos of the week. I've asked somebody to keep track of who the photo of the week winners are, because people who win a lot of them, I'm going to start giving merch. People who win their first one, I'm going to start giving merch. I'm going to start sending Cardi Crew t-shirts and creative t-shirts and shooter t-shirts and stuff around, because I want more y'all to have it. I hope today brought you value. I love you all. The members of this channel, thank you. The subscribers of this channel, thank you. If you're a subscriber, make sure you thank a member, because of the members, there is commercial-free content during these live streams. If you become a member, that means that I can just keep this run going for even longer. See if I can have the longest run of no commercials during the actual live streams ever. I also like to show a little love for the people who decide to become members by showing them in a credit scroll. These are my paid supporters. The last 25 of them are scrolling across the top of the screen. So I thank you if you are a sponsor, essentially, a member of this channel. You're doing so much for so many people here and you don't even know it. $5 a month gets you there, gets you on the top of that list. $10 a month gets my eyes on your photographs, which I've heard is worth $50 a month. So I'm charging 10. I hope today brought you some hope, joy, and insight. Know that your photography career is not going to start itself. You can't say how hard something is without have ever done it. You've never started your photography career. How can you say how hard it is? Start today. I love you all. Thanks for watching.